Crafting. I'm Jackie Jentz. Today we're at the home of Graham Hoyt. Graham's a wood turner and a cool guy. Graham, tell us how it starts from a big old lump of wood to a turned product. I'm just fascinated here.
Okay, first start off with a section of tree. This is black cherry. What I first do is I cut it right across here, and then I do another cut here, and that goes right the way down through.
Do you use your bandsaw to?
Yes,
Okay.
unless it's too big, and then I use a chainsaw.
Oh, that'd be a
When
big
I'm cutting,
bowl.
yes, much larger. I can cut 13 inches on my bandsaw, so okay. You will end up with a slab through here, which I then cut into a square section, a square piece. I'll have a long strip, and then I'll cut it to the maximum diameter. I cut to the length, and I'll end up with a piece like this. There's the bark on the outside, there's the narrow section from there, there's the wider section from there. Lay it down, make a circle to form the basic outline of the bowl. Take it to the bandsaw and cut around this line. I then cut out a hole in the center, like this, to mount it on the lathe on a chuck. That piece is cut out, drill the hole in it, and I end up with this, which is what's known as a blank for turning. After doing that, I will take it to the lathe, and I then mount it like that, so it is solid on the lathe. Yeah,
I notice you have a lot of stuff in progress here. Can you tell me a little bit of what you're doing here?
okay, I'm doing everything from huge big bowls down to small plate size dish pieces.
This
Yep.
piece is interesting too.
This is made up out of dogwood. It is a garden dibber, and it's set with 1-inch marks so that if you want to dig 3 or 4 inches down in the ground to put your seeds or plants in it, that's what it's
That
for.
is so cool.
These also are dogwood. They're for making candlestick holders. I have many woods. All the woods that I use, nearly all of the wood that I use is from this area of western North Carolina, maybe a little from Tennessee or a little bit of Georgia.
Well, what is this?
This is river birch or water birch. It grows by streams, and this is some of the largest I've ever seen. This bowl is 17 inches in diameter. It came from a tree that was about 24 inches in diameter.
This is the same. So did you use this piece of wood to make
Yes,
this bowl? So you don't
I do have a tool whereby once I've done the outside shape of that, I can remount it and I can cut out and get this piece, and then I can cut another piece out of it. So in some cases I can get 3 to 4 pieces, 3 to 4 bowls out of one piece of wood, as opposed to this all being just wasted in shavings.
That's important, not to waste any.
Yes, the price of wood is too expensive to waste.
What wood is this?
This is a little bowl. It's actually got food safe finish on it. It's an oil finish and it's on black cherry.
Ooh.
This is what's known as a closed form vase. This is out of sycamore.
Your tools are fascinating. Tell me about them and what do they do with each one? Let's start with this one.
Okay, this is known as a roughing gouge. This is used primarily for whether you're doing spindle work, which is long like legs, or doing bowl work. I use it for getting it basically into a true round and for doing the major shaping. This tool and this tool, which are bowl gouges, they're a totally different design. This is a much smaller one for doing small bowls, finer detail work, and this one is used like I used for that bowl, is for doing more serious internal work. It can also be used on the outside of bowls. It doesn't have to be just a roughing gouge.
Are they self-sharpening, or do you have?
Oh no, you have to very rarely grind them. They have to be hand honed. I use a diamond stone for doing that with, to get them as sharp as a regular woodworking chisel.
Graham, we're here in your studio upstairs, and you have all your finished products. I'd like to hear a little bit about some of the woods. I am fascinated with this one. This is a box elder?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, it is a local timber. It is found more down in the damper areas by riverbeds, sides of streams. It's what's known as a wet-rooted timber.
I notice it's red. Has red in it, or it has blue?
Yes, it can have red and blue.
In the same piece?
In the same piece,
Wow.
yes. This has a little bit of it in it. It's paler. Some of it is more brown. Its only one problem is you cannot leave it in daylight. It will fade the colours
really?
away.
Oh.
Yes, that is the
That's-
sad thing about it.
This piece is fascinating. What's this?
I started making these as just practices for doing spiraling and texturing. I call them What's-It sticks. They're basically, whatever you want to use them for, that's what you can use them for. But I have sold them a little bit more like this, which had a lady who was a massage therapist actually has a couple and uses them to this day. So they're not just table ornaments, they are practical, yet they are coffee table pieces. So they are
They're just great conversation pieces.
great conversation
Yes.
pieces, yes. That's
Any of these your favorite? Which wood do you really like to work with the best?
I don't really have a favorite. I love cherry working with it, which is this wood. It finishes beautifully, has a lot of colour in it. I'm very lucky that I'm not affected by the dust. I can work with walnut. A lot of people can't
Right.
because it's very aggressive. But all of the timbers I like. One of the worst for working for me is actually box elder.
One last thing before we wrap it up here. This is cool. And I know it's not a child-proof cap, is it? There has to be a trick to opening it.
There's no trick. It's actually quite simple. You just press on one point and it flips open. It's done by putting a little flat wedge-shaped edge on it, so that when you press down on it, it just levers it up, and then it comes off. It could be childproof because you cannot pick it out.
Right.
So, and it doesn't unscrew around there. That is just a burnt-in ring like that is. So it is.
That is so cool.
Decoration
Another
piece.
conversation piece. Graham, thanks so much for letting us come out today. Loved your workshop. Love your work. Can't wait to see you at some of the shows this fall.
Okay, thank you very much for coming by, and I appreciate the time you're taking, and I like showing people what I do. I'm not a teacher, but I certainly don't mind spending time with people who want to watch me do my trade.